The Gospel of the Little Mustard Seed. I remember when I was a little girl growing up at St. Peter's Lutheran Church, and my Sunday school teacher, Marie Krautzert, actually brought in mustard seeds. Have you ever seen a mustard seed? It is really little, but this is the thing that big faith is made from. Our first St. James storyteller is Timi, a familiar face to all of you, and she has a big story of faith regarding the little mustard seed.
From the time that I was 18 until 2017, I was essentially what they call unchurched. I'd been raised in a church. I'd tried to go in and out of various churches. It just wasn't working for me. So Luke 17, which is all about faith and service, it's all something that I can relate to deeply because I lived my life with faith and with service. So I was fortunate to have jobs that allowed me to try to make the world a little bit better. And one of those jobs was county exec for Lancaster County government. And my office was catty corner from St. James. I was fortunate to work for a board of commissioners that had decided that they were going to do great things for the community. You know, not everyone agrees with those great things. My office had two huge windows that looked out onto Duke Street. And everyone knew when I was standing at one of those windows not to bother me because I was pretty upset over something. And I would stand there upset. Almost immediately, my eyes would start looking over at St. James. And I'd look at this church and I could feel myself settle. Fast forward about 10, 12 years, I'm in a deep-end conversation with Lisa Groff, and we're actually talking about faith and service. And she says to me, why don't you come to St. James with me sometime? Now, I'm polite, and I said, okay. You know, she picks me up, we go to Mass, and I walk into St. James, and I felt like I'd come home. What is this? I thought. I started attending, and I thought, oh, music masses, that's cool. So Saturday night music masses I'm going to, and the next thing I know, I'm in a Jesus Christ Superstar mass. Right at the end, Father David said, we have a couple of spots left in our pilgrimage to Jerusalem for any of you who might want to go. And it went right in here. So the next thing I know, I'm at St. George's in Jerusalem, entering into a room with a woman I don't know. And I, who feel totally uncomfortable with anything vaguely and remotely associated with religion, was just moving through this journey and feeling this transformation. That faith within me, that small mustard seed, was growing. While I was in Jerusalem, Auntie Woolworth looks at me and he says, you need to become a Eucharistic minister. I said, not me. That is so not me. I'm a Eucharistic minister now. It's as if St. James has taken that small mustard seed, if you will, of faith and made it to blossom. And through that journey, I keep signing up for more things. It's been one of the easiest, most beautiful journeys I've ever taken. But I've always believed that you invest in a place that you love, in a place that you believe in. And so my investment is, yes, through the things that I do of buying for the church, but also in my pledge every year. It's my church now, and I invest my time and my money in this church because I don't think I ever want it to go away. When I walk into St. James, and this is very significant, I feel my heart filling up with joy and humility and curiosity and gratitude I particularly like it when I'm going to be a Eucharistic minister that day because I get to hold the chalice and smile at people as I offer that chalice to them and in a communion with them. I never would have predicted this would have been me. I think I always wanted it, just thought I wasn't going to get it, and that I could express my faith on my own. Well, now that I have St. James, I'm never letting go. Never.
I think it is pretty safe to say that Timi went kicking and screaming the whole way to heaven when she found St. James. In the past, we have asked you for your time, we have asked you for your talents, and now we're asking you for your treasure. Not the kind of treasure, the $20 or $10 bill that you put into the offering plate. We are asking for a pledge from you for the future and well-being of St. James. And a pledge is different because it's a promise. It's something that we as a congregation can count on and that members of Vestry and 2026 can plan for. So let's take that tiny little mustard seed of an offering and turn it into a pledge.